Good morning, everybody. And my name is Kelly Garrards. I work at Career Force in Cambridge, and I want to thank you for joining us today for the virtual career fair. What a great day to look for new opportunities in the area. I have with me today 6 employers from this region. I have with St. Francis Area Schools, Plastic Products, Fleet Farm, Denniskirk, Cassia Health, and Mille Health. And I also have with Rebecca from Central Minnesota Jobs and Training Services today. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I want to draw your attention to the right hand of the screen. You're going to see a Q&A box there. If you have any questions, please feel free to go ahead and put those in the Q&A box and we will get your questions answered as quickly as we can. You are going to notice that you are not going to have any opportunity to talk. This is going to be your way of communicating with us, so please feel free to go ahead and put those questions in that Q&A box throughout the presentation this morning. So we're going to go ahead and get started with Mille Health. Kim is with us from Mille Health. Kim, are you on the line? Kim, *69. I hear her now, I think.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hi, Kim.
Perfect. All right, thank you, everyone. Welcome. My name is Kim Neisted, and I am the HR BP recruiter at Mille Health System. For those of you that are not familiar with Mille Health System, we are a nonprofit, community-owned healthcare facility. We are a critical access hospital with 18 beds. We have an average stay of 3 days and an average census of 10 patients per day. We also have a 10-bed inpatient geriatric psych unit. This is separate from the hospital, and it's called our senior care department. When patients are admitted into our senior care, it's usually to regulate their medication so they can return home or back to wherever they came from, like a nursing home. The average length of stay is 2 to 3 weeks. We also have an emergency department, an urgent care. We have our own ambulance service. We have a lab, rehab, which includes physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy. We have radiology, same-day surgery, infusion therapy, a pharmacy, and a 57-bed long-term care that's attached to us, along with Lakesong, which is a 43-unit assisted living facility. We have 5 clinics in Onamia, Hillman, Garrison, Isle, and Malacca. We employ around 500 people. And I think the really cool thing that people tell me all the time when they come in to interview or do a tour is how friendly everyone is here. People are always smiling, saying hi, and we really do know everyone here. We are like a small family. You can turn to the next slide. Are you able to turn to the next slide?
Yep, it's coming.
Oh, good.
Did it go to the, there it goes. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Okay, great. You can see here our next chapter is a project. That's the architectural drawing of the project. We're really excited. We hope to have that finished in 2022. When it's completed, we will have a brand new hospital with private rooms on the 2nd level. And on the bottom, we'll have a new ER, urgent care with trauma bays, a new admissions area, and a new nutritional service area with a state-of-the-art kitchen and an outdoor patio. So it's a much-needed room. We're really excited about that project getting completed. You can turn to the next one. Some of the great benefits we offer here at Mille Health System are we have health, dental, vision, we have disability, we have life insurance, we have a retirement plan, PTO, up to 30% service discounts if you're an employee here and you use our health system, and We are currently have 46 job openings, and we are also hoping to be part of the dual pipeline grant this year, which is providing tuition to people that are looking for jobs in the healthcare field. We'll offer some tuition reimbursement, some job mentoring, and we currently have about 46 positions open. Some of them listed on the screen there are activities aide, a basic care aide, community healthcare worker, home health aide, looking for lab tech, RNs, paramedic, a purchasing clerk. But you can find out more about all of our job openings on our website. We are at mlhealth.org. You can apply for any job through our website as well.
So Kim, what would be maybe a starting position with Mille Health System?
If you are not in the healthcare field, like an NAR or a basic care aide, if you're looking for patient care, a purchasing clerk would be a great starting position as well. Hopefully for that dual pipeline training, we would be able to take an EMT and move them up to become a paramedic. An EMT is about a 2-month course to get started.
Okay. So at this time, we don't have any further questions from our job seekers, but we're going to circle back and see if some of our job seekers are still thinking about what they need to know.
Great, thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks for sharing. As we're moving forward, then we're going to move on to St. Francis area schools. And Jeremy, are you ready to go? Jeremy, you need to unmute. Oh, let's see if I can unmute him. Jeremy, can you unmute your computer? There you go.
I'm going to turn the volume down on my phone. There we go. All right, can you hear me now?
I can.
All right, my name is Jeremy Bowles. I am a transportation supervisor at St. Francis Area Schools. We are a small North Metro school district. We cover about 165 square miles, serve about 4,400 students, kindergarten through grade 12. We log over 1 million miles with our transportation department. We have 30 regular full-size buses, 10 small special ed buses, and type 3 vans. So we pride ourselves in promoting a good culture for our drivers, and our drivers enjoy working here. It's kind of a seasonal job, but we do structure our pay so that people are paid throughout the year. We're looking for several types of positions: licensed bus drivers, pre-licensed bus drivers, type 3 van drivers, educational assistants, unassigned drivers, and substitute drivers. Could we have the next slide, please? We have a unique driver-rider training program for people who don't already have a driver's license to drive a yellow school bus. So we bring them in, guarantee 6 hours a day. First thing we do is type 3 train them so they can drive our white fleet and our special ed students and function as an EA on our school buses. So it's a 6-hour day guarantee for coming in with no license. The goals are to process through the training material, get the 4 permits necessary to take the bus test and do the behind the wheel training, and then pass the final state driving test. We do start that at $17.64 an hour, which is the same as the starting pay for having a license. But it's a kind of a unique program. Our drivers end up very well versed in all the aspects of what we do here by the time they get their driver's license to drive the yellow bus. Next slide, please. We also need educational assistants. Those provide hands-on assistance to special ed students on our buses. We train them in wheelchair seatbelt harness and 5-point car seat hookup. We teach them to be familiar with the IEPs for medical and behavioral needs that the students have, educational assistants, sometimes called paras. At other places, we call them educational assistants, assist in student boarding, exiting, buckling students in. They provide support for students in need and assist with behavioral concerns for the driver, implementing consistent, positive, and corrective behavioral procedures. And we do start that at $13.89 to $15.59, depending on experience. Next slide, please. We're also looking to hire van drivers. Those are our Type 3 vehicles. They're the white fleet. Takes a couple hours to train for that. So it's not an extensive training program, but it is necessary that we have these drivers to drive one or two students around to other districts, to other schools in other districts, or bring in McKinney-Vento students. So they drive out of district for pickup and drop off of students. So if you have any questions, you can call us 763-753-7080 or apply at the isd15.org/jobs.
Thanks, Jeremy. We did have one question come in from one of our job seekers. They want to know how the school district is approaching COVID and what are some of the things that they're doing to protect their employees.
We started off this year with hybrid routing, which means we had half of the students on the bus. We have transitioned away from that after a period of distance learning. So to protect the drivers, we've been recommended by our nursing staff to have the first 2 rows of the buses empty. So there's 2 rows empty between the students and the driver. And that way, if a student on the bus gets sick, the driver is at least 6 feet away and is not quarantined and is certainly protected from those other students. We do sanitize the buses 4 times a day. And following CDC guidelines, we have open windows and airflow through the bus. And of course, the doors open frequently to get fresh air in that bus at every stop. So those are some steps that we've taken to prevent the spread of COVID on our buses.
All right, thank you. Any other questions from our job seekers? Please feel free to put those in the Q&A box. Otherwise, we are going to move on to our next employer. Thank you, Jeremy. Our next employer is going to be Wendy. Wendy is with Denniskirk. So we're going to move on to that next slide. Wendy, if you can hit *69 on your phone.
Should I be ready? Do you hear me?
You are ready. There you go,
Okay.
and your slides are up.
Okay, again, this is Wendy from Denniskirk. I work in the HR department, and we are definitely looking for people to work in our office and warehouse here. We are, like I said, right in Rush City, and we have been around for 50 years, so we are local and long-term and stable employment here, and we are growing. We've been booming the past year for whatever reason. And if you don't know what Denniskirk does, we are the largest retail of aftermarket parts for accessories and apparel for motorcycles and UTVs, dirt bikes, snowmobiles, that type of thing. If you want to go to the next slide. The jobs that we do have available right now are in the office. We do have some call center positions open where people that are calling and placing an order, you're not making outbound calls at all, you're just taking orders. We have a phone tech, and that's someone that's really kind of knowledgeable with Harleys and snowmobiles and just power sports in general to help our customers when they call in and ask if a certain, pipe will work on their bike or whatever they're, really looking for. And then in the warehouse, we have full and part-time, and that includes shipping and receiving, inventory, returns, just pretty much everything in our warehouse. As I said, we're growing so much that we have first and second shifts available, and we just need to just fill all those positions. You can go to the next slide if you want. And the benefits that we have, they are for our full-time employees, and they include health and dental, paid holidays, paid vacation. We have a 401k with the employer match, and we have profit sharing, and all the people, you know, employees part-time and full-time, they both would get like a merchandise discount. So if you enjoy the outdoors with your power sports, you can get a deal on that too. You can apply, next slide. If you want, you can come right to the office right in Rush City and fill out an application, or you are also welcome to send your resume to me. That's at wschroeder@denniskirk.com, and we will definitely get back to you, and we hope to hear from you.
So Wendy, you mentioned that you have first and second shift positions available. What are the hours of your first and second shift?
The first shift is 8 to 4:30, and then the second shift in the warehouse is 1:30 to 10.
Okay. So you guys heard that, 8 to 4:30 or 1 to 10:30, right?
1:30 to 10.
1:30 to 10. Sorry about that.
Right.
So
No
those would be
problem.
the hours, you guys. So if that's something that would tie in with your schedule, then maybe Wendy is the person that you need to talk to in Rush City. So again, Denniskirk, you take that information down and send your information over to Wendy and apply with those for those positions. We do not have any more questions in the queue right now for you, Wendy, but thank you for sharing your information.
Sure.
All right. Rebecca.
All right, good morning. My name is Rebecca. I work with Central Minnesota Jobs and Training Services, and I am here to do a commercial for all of you today, both about all the opportunities available to you as job seekers from Career Force and from our organization. So if you aren't involved already, but hopefully you are as you manage to join us today, and we're happy to have you here. Career Force has many different resources available to you as job seekers, just out there for anyone, fine-tuning your job search skills, new ideas, ways to get connected. Certainly, much of that's been going on online for all of you over the past close to a year now. But just want to point you in the Career Force direction, find all those resources that are there for you to use. And in addition, to those resources, Central Minnesota Jobs and Training is a provider of training services for a wide variety of job seekers, from youth to unemployed, underemployed, those who've been laid off from a job. And so just want to share that information with you today. In addition to the Career Force resources, you may be able to get involved with us through our programs. As the slide says here, we can help with exploring your next career. We can help you connect with information to help you make those decisions. You may be able to also participate in classroom training, other vocational training. We have a lot of opportunities that people can do work-based training, so training right on the job. So you can kind of see on that card there, we serve people in 11 counties across central Minnesota. We have offices in the Career Force locations, but also we have some smaller offices spread out across our territories to help be more accessible to you. Right now, we're doing a variety of services, mostly by appointment for our participants to work with our staff. And a lot of the Career Force offices are now open by appointment as well, especially in Cambridge, which would likely be the closest for many of you. So just want to encourage you to get in touch with us if you'd like to talk to someone a little bit more. You can see the contact information here. It is a 1-800 number, and if you just let them know where you're located, they'll help you get connected to the right staff person closest to you. Thanks.
Thank you, Rebecca. So we're going to move on to our next employer, which is Tiffany with Plastic Products.
Hi, this is Tiffany Schomel. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Tiffany. Welcome.
Perfect. So I'm here representing Plastic Products Company. I am at our Princeton location. I've on this screen put contact information for me. but I'm also going to be talking about some opportunities at our Lindstrom, Minnesota location, and also our Smith Metals facility in Center City. So we at Plastic Products Company are an injection molding company that does custom work for our customers. We have facilities in that map on your screen all across the country. So there's lots of opportunities, not just here in Minnesota. Smith Metals does metal injection molding, so it's a newer take on the CNC operation. So we have lots of different technology and opportunities available. If you want to switch to the next slide. Some of those opportunities at the two plastics locations here in Princeton and in Lindstrom range from entry level. We need operators on all of our shifts, so we run 3 shifts. First shift is 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Second shift is 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. And then our overnight third shift is 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. So I do have opportunities on all 3 of those shifts at both of our locations. We also have openings at different times for our warehouse. We need mold hangers, mold technicians, material handlers, people that like to work with their hands, stay busy, are detail-oriented. We definitely have a lot of business, and we just came off of our record-breaking sales the last quarter of 2020 for the history of our company. So business is good in the plastics industry. We're a critical supplier for some of the main pandemic, Ecolab, 3M, but we do a lot of automotive work, we do a lot of appliance work, Whirlpool, Sub-Zero, and with Ecolab, so there's definitely a lot of business to be had, including a lot of work with building supplies for Anderson Windows, Truth Hardware. The building industry is also very busy, so that has impacted our production, and so we're definitely looking for employees to help us meet those customer demands. Maintenance is always an issue. We are currently training somebody that walked in off the street for entry level, so there's really a lot of opportunities for anybody that is interested. Our Smith Metals facility is looking for a machinist and also a second shift mold technician. You can stop in to any of the locations for an application. You can call and have one emailed to you. And you can visit our website to look at the different types of jobs and products and businesses that we're a part of. If you switch to the next slide, I'm going to talk about some benefits to becoming an employee with Plastic Products Company. So we are 100% employee owned. So employees, once they've met the waiting period and are full-time with us, start to earn shares in the company. We think this is an awesome benefit to being an employee here because you're also an owner. So that doesn't cost the employee anything. Those shares are set aside from the company for the employees for their retirement or when they decide to leave us. We also have full medical, dental, and vision packages once you've met the entry period point. We also offer life insurance where we pay the premium for every employee owner to have 1 times their salary. They have the opportunity to take additional coverage at a low cost. We also provide and pay the premium for short and long-term disability. We also have a 401k program that employees can contribute their own money towards. So I like to explain it that the 401k is where I would put my money for retirement, and the ESOP or the employee ownership program is where the company is putting aside money for your retirement. We also have flexible spending, a health savings account option with one of our medical plans, and then we have vacation and holiday pay. We also are rolling out a sign-on bonus and an employee referral bonus. So if you know a current employee with Plastic Products, you can give them a call and ask them more about us. But also those bonuses are at 30 days payout for $250, 6 months payout $250, and then if they make it to that 1-year mark, $500 for a total of $1,000 bonus over that first year of employment. So we've been very excited to offer that. We've got some new candidates that have been coming in the door to take advantage of those opportunities. And, you know, manufacturing is a very high-paced, energetic industry. We have a lot of automation, robots. So if anybody's interested, I'd love to hear from you.
All right. Thanks, Tiffany. I don't see any questions in the Q&A. Rebecca, did you have any questions for Plastic Products?
What you mentioned, not looking at the right slide now, but you mentioned a variety of those of the positions you have open. What's the best place for someone to really start? You mentioned it's okay to come in as a kind of an entry-level employee.
The best place, and to tell you the truth, most of our employees in upper positions started as an operator or an assembler. So there's no experience necessary. You come in with an eagerness to work, and we will teach you everything about our operation. And then after that, there's opportunities in material handling, warehousing, quality department, section leading. Just getting those feet in the door and getting that experience is really the only step. We don't require any, previous education or training, just have to be 18 years of age.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Tiffany. All right. Don't forget, job seekers, to go ahead and put those questions in the Q&A box, and we will get to those questions either after the employers speak or at the end of the presentation here. We're going to go ahead and move forward. Our next presenter is Becky. Becky is with Cassia. I always say that wrong, Becky. I apologize. Every time you're on,
Okay.
I get it wrong. But you have your slides up and you are ready to go.
All right. My name is Becky Miller, and I'm a senior recruiter with Cassia. Cassia is an Augustana Care and Elam Care affiliation. We provide housing and health care to aging adults. We are a nonprofit Christian mission organization with over 200 years of combined experience caring for those in need. We have over 20 plus locations throughout the Twin Cities and Greater Metro, and today we want to specifically talk about our Malacca location, Malacca Elam Senior Living, and our Elam Wellspring campus in Princeton. Next slide, please. So what our areas are we currently hiring in? The main departments we are hiring in are in our nursing, our support services, and culinary departments. Our communities are hiring for both part-time and full-time roles. Many are entry-level positions with training provided. Some positions do offer a shift differential, and many of our positions have a sign-on hiring bonus. Our shifts are mostly 8-hour shifts. We do offer 12-hour shifts at our Princeton location, and we do have shorter shifts in our dietary department, which are great for students or anybody looking for part-time work. They're usually 4 to 8, 5 to 8, and there's training for that. The dietary positions are guaranteed hours. Residents need to eat, so that position, you're always guaranteed your hours. We are looking for certified nursing assistants, home health aides, LPNs, trained medication aides in our support services, activities assistant, which is an entry-level position with training, caregiver assistant, housekeeper, and laundry aide. All the support services positions are entry-level with training. Our culinary, we have cook and dietary aide, which is also entry-level. We offer generous benefits. We have tuition discounts with partner colleges. We offer career growth opportunities and free CNA training. If you're thinking about being a CNA and not sure if it's what you want to where you want to take your career path, the caregiver assistant is a good role in that position. You're serving waters to the residents, delivering mail, helping them out. And if it's something that you want to pursue, we will provide CNA training on site at some of our campuses, or we will pay for you to get CNA training. Next slide, please. So where are all the Cassia communities? Like I said, we have 20 locations in Minnesota. If you want to move, we have locations in Iowa, North Dakota, Colorado, and Florida. How to be successful in our jobs here at Cassia: have a positive attitude, be a team player, have a passion for making a difference in the lives of others, and the ability to work with older adults. We have taken several safety precautions during this time of COVID. All employees complete a screening questionnaire and get temperature checks PPE is provided. Cassia owns its own PPE company, so we have all the equipment you will need. And all visitors are temp checked and screened, and we are now offering vaccines as well. If you're interested in applying, the best way is to go to our website at cassialife.org/jobs, and those submissions go directly to the hiring managers for the site, and they will contact you within 24 hours, and they will set up an interview for you. You can upload a resume, put in your references. We do require 3 references, and they will get back to you. And it's just Cassia is a really great company to work for. We have fun at work. We work hard, play hard. We have a great support and mentorship programs for people starting out. And we have cutting edge technology. We use iPhones and iPads, and we promote career growth, and we just support our workers. It's a great company to work for.
Thanks, Becky. I am just going to check the Q&A here. It does not look like we have any questions at this time, so we're going to move on to our next employer. All right, Emily. Are you ready to go, Emily?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Perfect. Well, I'm Emily. I'm the HR and Training Manager for Fleet Farm for 2 locations, the Cambridge and Blaine store. I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about us here at Fleet Farm. Are you able to go to the first slide?
Yep, you're up.
Oh, perfect. So Fleet Farm has been around since 1955. We are pretty much only in the upper Midwest for locations. Biggest thing is we do have a huge commitment to our customers, and that really goes into our value system here at Fleet Farm in putting our customers first. We do have quite a variety of products. Our goal is really to be that one-stop shop for everything you would want and need for the life and everyday season. We do have quite a bit of specialties in outdoor and sporting goods areas, as well as clothing items and then farm supplies. As you can see, we do have quite a few locations in Minnesota. We have a total of 47 stores, and we are located in Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, North Dakota, and South Dakota. So if you are looking at all for a position where you would be able to transfer, there are options with that through Fleet Farm. And then if you can go to the next slide. We do have a variety of openings. We have open positions in our warehouse. So our warehouse, they handle everything from our yard, assisting customers as they go through the yard to pick up product, having and unloading trucks, and then prepping a lot of our merchandise to go out into the sales floor. So we have full-time and part-time openings in that area. We also have a variety of sales team member positions for full-time, part-time, and that does kind of go in a whole array of departments on our sales floor, including our sporting goods, automotive, farm, and then our Zone 3, which is our clothing and consumables area. And then, of course, we have our cashier, plenty of cashier openings for part-time. Customer service, so customer service really assists our customers with returns, exchanges, also licenses for hunting, fishing, and then they assist our cashiers if they need any assistance. And then currently we are starting to hire our seasonal team members for the preparation of spring here. We do have seasonal openings in our lawn and garden area, in particular our garden center. And then if you are interested in joining our team, all of our applications are done online at jobs.fleetfarm.com. And then next slide here, we're going to talk about benefits. So we do have quite a variety of benefits with Fleet Farm, including a 20% team member discount for every team member. That discount is also available to the parents of our team members as well as children of our team members. And then we offer vision and medical discounts as well as, vision and medical coverage as well as dental and paid time off for our full-time team members. And then we also offer sick pay for both part-time and full-time team members. Then we have our profit sharing and 401k plan available for all team members, as well as a variety of advancement opportunities. So we do have full-time, part-time, and then you can also go into lead roles if you're interested in lead for a specific department, or we have specialist positions such as our firearm specialist, hardware specialist, and automotive specialist, and then plenty of opportunities in management as well. And then also real quick, with COVID, we do have quite a few things in place, including screens up at all of our registers, the plexiglass to kind of reduce some of the contact there. And then we do have mandatory masks throughout the building and sanitization hourly. So we sanitize all major touch areas for both our customers and our team members.
Wonderful. So, Emily, when you have a part-time employee, what's the minimum number of hours that a part-time employee would have to work?
Yeah, so we have very flexible scheduling. So for our part-time team members, we have some that work 8 hours a week, and we have some that work up to 31 hours a week. So it's quite a range. It just depends on your availability and what they're looking for.
Okay, so for somebody who's maybe going to school or maybe in high school yet, they would have some flexibility with maybe extracurricular activities and some of those other commitments that they might have.
Yeah, absolutely, especially for individuals in school or looking to go to college. Maybe they just want to work in the summertime. We do also do something called seasonal leave, where you can leave up to 6 months and then return on breaks or during the summers.
Okay, so one of the job seekers is asking, how far back does Fleet Farm go with a background check, and then do you hire people who maybe have criminal records?
Yeah, so we do basic background checks on all of our team members. We do more thorough background checks depending on if you're going to be in our sporting goods area where we sell firearms. However, we do have team members that have some incidents on their background, but we still hire.
Okay. Any other questions from our job seekers? Please go ahead and put those in our Q&A.
I have one question for Emily, Kelly.
Okay, go ahead.
Wondering, you mentioned like the growth options for leads and specialists, and also knowing that you have the automotive department. Is there any special background that people would need for, like, say, working more in the automotive shop versus like, I forget what you called them, kind of the team members that are maybe on the inside department? Sorry, I'm not probably phrasing that quite right, but.
Yeah, like our automotive specialists versus our auto service center.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for our auto service center, it depends. We have a couple of positions where like you can come in off the street and receive all of the training. We would do it all on site for our auto service center. And then we have a little bit more advanced positions, which are like full line techs that we do require some previous experience. Otherwise, it's common to have that experience in the job training and then move up to that next level. And then for our automotive specialist, we do require 3 years of retail experience prior to that position. So that would be a little bit more experiential prior.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So we did have another question come in for St. Francis School. So if Jeremy can unmute his mic, they want to know if the school has on-site interviews going on, or will they be held virtually?
We do on-site interviews right here at the transportation office.
Okay. So what other questions do our job seekers have? Rebecca, what do you think? What would they want to know?
Putting me on the hot seat.
I am.
What's a great question?
We've heard a little bit about what our employers are doing for COVID preparations. We've heard about what they're doing for shifts and hours.
You know, sometimes it's helpful to know too, and just like, what are some of the things that you're really looking for? I think some people touched on that, but like, who makes a great employee for you?
Any of you want to take a stab at that question?
I'll speak. What makes a great employee for us is someone who is looking to be involved in the community, wants to have a relationship with students and parents, and wants to make a positive impact and is good with people. We can get people that can drive a large vehicle, but we want people that enjoy being around children and can have a great relationship, build rapport with parents and students and staff members. So that's really what we're looking for.
Thank you, Jeremy. Anybody else?
This is Emily over at Fleet Farm. One of the biggest things we look for.
Emily, can you speak up a little bit?
Yep, can you hear me a little bit better?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
So some of the biggest things that we look for in potential employees are individuals who are really willing to learn. They're interested in getting to know retail a little bit better, but also work very well in teams, take direction very well, and are able to be self-starters and self-motivators.
Perfect.
I could speak for plastic products.
Sure. Go ahead, Tiffany.
We're definitely looking for people that like to come to work, have a good work ethic. Attendance matters, to keep the team effort going. Also people that are just curious and want opportunity. It would definitely be a good fit for us, that like, changing environments, and manufacturing is definitely an opportunity to get in on some of that exciting times with technology and automation opportunities, but just really looking for hard workers.
Perfect. I have a colleague of mine who always says, gone are the days of the dark and dirty manufacturing. Everything now is bright and clean and safe and robots and all this other stuff. So, it is very much a different aspect when you talk about manufacturing than what maybe people's perspectives are. So you got to kind of promote that a little bit, I think, with manufacturing. It is very different. We had a couple questions come in while you guys were talking. One of our job seekers would like to know, what do you look for when interviewing? What is the most important?
I can speak again for plastic products.
Okay.
What I'm looking for is they show up for the interview, they ask questions. I usually give them a tour because a lot of people are new to manufacturing, so I like to take them for a tour, show them what the environment looks like, with the sound, with the temperature. But definitely when they ask questions and they're engaged, that's definitely something that catches my interest.
Anybody else want to go with that one? Okay, well, we'll go with the second question here. It says, to any of the employers, what resume keywords should applicants be aware of that might not work well with the company's applicant tracking system? Are there keywords that don't work well with your applicant tracking systems? Do you use applicant tracking systems?
We do not at Plastic Products. We don't have like an automated system for screening those kind of things.
This is Emily at Fleet Farm. We don't use a tracking applicant system either. However, I can speak to when you're filling out a resume, one of the biggest things is whether you have experience in that area or not is just kind of drawing from other experiences, and being able to see that in the resume is always very attractive as an employer.
Okay. All right, I want to thank our employers for joining us today and to sharing their opportunities with all of us. I'd like to give each of the employers a little bit of time just to give us their last thoughts and words with us as we wrap up today's session. We'll go all the way back to the very first employer here and talk with Mille Health. So Kim, if you have any last words for us before we wrap up for today?
Hi, I guess if people are interested, just visit our website. We do have a complete listing of jobs available there. We do have opportunities for basic care aids. That is just a 9-hour online training course. And the starting wage for basic care aids is $15.69 per hour. And it's a great entry-level job to get into patient care and maybe further your career into nursing. And we also have the purchasing clerk position open. That's a great, another entry-level job. And you get to see all behind the scenes of the hospital. So please look us up, check us out on our website, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Kim. And then we got St. Francis Area School. Jeremy.
Yes, one thing I did not mention is our benefits. Unlike working for a contractor, we are a school district, so we do offer benefits, reasonable benefits, medical, dental, vision, etc. So we do have those to offer if people would like to look at the details. And our bread and butter position that we're always looking to fill is our driver rider training program. That's a $17.64 an hour starting training position that is very popular, and it's where most people start. Even our van drivers, we do encourage them to get their license there. So it's a great position for somebody who has no experience driving a large vehicle. It's a exciting training position that we offer with the guaranteed 6 hours, which is kind of unheard of in the industry. And if somebody does have experience, our unassigned position is a guaranteed 8 hours. That's unheard of in the industry. So you're guaranteed 8 hours right off the bat if somebody has experience and can just grab a route and run it. Many of our unassigns get overtime also. So if somebody's interested in that, we do have those opportunities available.
All right. Thank you, Jeremy. All right. Wendy. Wendy, are you still there? *69 on your phone, Wendy. Wendy? All right, well, we're going to come back to Wendy. How about Tiffany with plastic products? Tiffany?
Hi there. Sorry, I was waiting for the mute to come off. I just wanted to add a couple of things that I glossed over or forgot to mention earlier. I wanted to say our starting wage here in Princeton for entry level is $14.28. We also do offer shift differentials of $1 for second shift and $1.50 for third shift, so that wage has been raised. We also offer overtime opportunities, weekend work. We also offer part-time if you're looking for a weekend job. I have a couple of college kids that work on the weekends, so we can be flexible with that. And regarding COVID, we've put up screens in our break rooms. Requiring the masks on our floor. We've also set up some different screens if there's multi-person workstations to, try to keep our workforce healthy. And I just wanted to mention that ownership culture, is something different than a lot of different companies and structures have, having that pride in our work and owning what we're putting out there, because at the end of the year, we get those share statements from the bank stating what's coming back to us. So we really try to embrace ownership and have fun with that. Tailgate parties, we just had a tubing event at Trollhagen. So we really do try to have some fun and work hard.
All right. Thank you, Tiffany. All right. Becky with Cassia.
All right, hi. I just want to say if you're interested in any of our positions, to please visit our website at cassialife.org/jobs. There's thorough job descriptions for each position. It'll talk about each specific campus so you can learn a little bit more about the Princeton or the Malacca sites. We have great entry-level opportunities if you're thinking about getting into healthcare. And like I said, in our culinary department, they're guaranteed hours because residents need to eat. Those hours will always be there for you. We have some flexibility in the shifts, and we also have the shift differentials, hiring bonuses, and referral bonuses are being implemented right now as well. So it's a great company. We have a great culture. A nice support team, mentorship program, and I really encourage anyone to check out our job board.
All right, thank you, Becky. And Emily with Mills Fleet Farm. Fleet Farm.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, so just if you are interested in any positions with us, please feel free to apply online. We do have a variety of information on there too to go into more detail about any of our positions. And then I also wanted to mention that next Wednesday, March 3rd from 11 to 4, we are having an on-site job fair. So if you are interested, you can always stop by the Cambridge Fleet Farm between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Wednesday, March 3rd for on-the-spot interviews, and we'll also do applications in the store on that day.
What was the time on that?
11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
All right. I want to thank all the employers again and job seekers. I'd like to thank you also. Please remember, if you need any assistance, to give us a call. Your local workforce or career force locations are on the slide in front of you. You have 2 in the region. One is in Cambridge, and the phone number is 763-279-4492. You can also contact the Career Force location in Mora at 320-679-6484. Both locations are open and do have appointments available for assistance if you need them. We are here to help you and give you the assistance that you need to get back to work. So again, please feel free to reach out if you need some assistance. Thanks again for joining us today. We hope you found this informational and helpful, and we'll talk to you soon.